Panther Nation podcast. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. Oh, cut it. Cut right. And I would like to introduce one of the hottest podcasts in Carolina history. Let's go. Yeah. Talk, let's chat. We got time to chop it up. Talking analytics and fantasy draft. You know what's up. Panther Nation representing, cause this is where we talk that. Talk that's so incredible. Make them rewind that talk back. Pause. Talking Panthers football, we discussing it all. On and off the field, you know exactly who to call. You know we the #1 podcast. Competition is non-existent, you need to stop that. Pause. It's an honor to be a Panther fan, pause. At Bank of America, that is where we ball. Coming to the jungle, then you gonna feel the pause. Winning the trophy for the city, it is the call. Black, white, and blue, we going Carolina strong. And this is the conversation where everyone belongs. Discussing all the numbers and topics, you know we got it. We the hottest podcast and we poppin', let's go.
QueenCityPodcastNetwork.com.
Yo, okay, Dave, you set it up, bro.
I'll own that because I didn't know you was gonna make it back in time. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know. I didn't know you was gonna make it. Yeah, I didn't know you was gonna make it back in time. So I was about to pop in, then I put you in. I forgot to move it back. What's going on, guys? Man,
What's up? What's up? Turn the energy up in this mug. What's good, man? What's good with everybody, man? How y'all feeling? Everybody good? Everybody good in the building? They said they talking crazy in the chat already.
I mean, we already got folks that ain't paying attention to their news because talking about they want to. Ero's got to go, and Ero ain't going nowhere, guys. I wrote to inform you.
You got it, man. You got to
catch up.
Lock in. You got to lock in with PNP. That shows me you not watching. That's what that tells me. That tells me you not watching the channel. You know what I mean? Because we talked about this last week. That Ero's here to stay. He's not going nowhere, and we're moving on. Okay, problem solved. Now we'll talk about some folks that ain't here to stay because obviously some folks got let go. So we're definitely going to be talking about that today.
From a Panther standpoint, there was some folks that got let go, and there's some folks that weren't with the Panthers that got let go. Well, wasn't retained. That's the best way to say it.
We'll talk about that too. That too, man. So we got a lot to talk about in today's show. We got a big surprise, a big announcement. Shout out to the folks, the Patreon members that are locked in. They already know. Don't spill the tea. Do not spill. If you're a Patreon member, do not spill the tea just yet.
This is snitch free. Don't be like me. Like I was snitching on another show earlier today, and it was fun.
We got a big announcement coming up about midway through the show, right after Underdog. After we pay the bills, we'll do the big announcement. So that's gonna be dope. Good stuff there. And I gotta be, real quick before shameless plug. We run this popcorn fundraiser every year. It's for our fraternity. Shout out to Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. Our chapter does a annual fundraiser, and it's about that time. Now we did switch it up a little bit. It's not the popcorn. It is the popcorn, but it's not the popcorn. It's got candy, cookies, pretzels, all this other stuff too.
We got everything in this one.
Yes, it's a lot of stuff in there. I pinned the link in the chat so you can go support. Right now, I'm not even in the. It's a shame. It's a shame, Dave. I'm not even in the top 5, bro.
Oh, you getting destroyed, huh? I haven't signed up, so I'm trash.
I'm getting killed in these streets.
Is O beating you up again?
Not even in yet. I'm getting beat by I'm not. Not even in the chat yet. Not even in there. Darren not even in there. So what I need from the people is I need y'all support. I need to get to #1 by the end of this show. That's the goal. It's not that much. It's not that much. I'm gonna show y'all what the detail. It's not that much. But if we band together, we can put Rashad in first place where he rightfully belongs. Okay, let's get me up in the first place. All right. I don't like losing. I hate losing. If you ain't first, you're last. I'm competitive. I want to win. Okay. So put me in first place. Now, Dave, we done talked about a whole bunch of other stuff. We have yet to talk about your weekend. Dave,
weekend was good. It was pretty chill. It was wild card weekend. And we're gonna talk about underdog later. You know, got a couple of my best ball leagues made it to the next round, so we're gonna see if I can fight my way and get to the Super Bowl again. We'll see. But overall, man, it's a pretty chill weekend. You know, had the kids. My son's in the junior Celtics. My daughter got some rough news about A&T, but we're figuring that out right now. So I told her she got other options. She ain't got nothing to worry about regards to that. But
of course. Yeah, man. Weekend for me was straight. I did have to unexpectedly buy a new washing machine, a washer and dryer.
Oh no!
Yeah, no, it's not.
You got to do the combo. You got to do the combo.
No, actually, Dave, I got it the all-in-one, the washer dryer together.
Oh wow!
Kind of dope.
I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that.
I was on the fence too, but it's dope. You said it and forget it. It's dope. Again, man, salute to the washer and dryer. That's my joint lasted for about 10 years, bro. So I can't complain. So it was about time. So
yeah,
it is
I left mine at the crib, together. And it was near the end of its time when I left. Yeah, I bought it when I bought the house, so it was near the end of its time. And my kids was out here breaking the door. We had like cracks on the glass, so it was almost that time.
Yeah, I feel that. But the washer and dryer together is kind of dope. It even connects to the phone. I know when the load is done. This is the little stuff.
See, this guy, man.
It's a smart washer.
Don't y'all ever tell me about hiding money ever again? This man's out here with the smartphone, with the washer dryer combination with one device. Like, yeah.
Hey, now Carlos, absolutely right, yo. I was excited to go wash and dryer shopping, bro. That's how you know you're not outside, you're not in these streets, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I am washed and I am embracing it, and I'm okay with that. And you should too.
Hashtag embrace the wash.
Embrace being washed. It's okay. It's okay to be washed.
The wash.
There's nothing wrong with being washed. Yeah, I mean,
I can't relate no more, man. I'm old school, man. I go to laundromat. I go over there, bring my laptop, get some things done, wash, dry, fold, keep it moving.
Nice. All right, let's go ahead and get into this content. Let's get it on the prowl. Y'all know what time it is. Let's get into it. Let me share my screen so y'all can see what the hell I'm talking about. All right, let's get that. Let's change this this background. All right, now we feeling good. All right, Dave. Again, here's the top 5, Dave. And as you can see, Rashad ain't in it. And if I ain't in the top 3, it's a problem. It's a problem. Okay,
Moton taking it to you, huh?
He is. I need to get in the top, and this is total raised. Okay, so this is basically it double that price, and that's how much I gotta sell. You know what I mean, to get into the top. So I need about 250, 300. You know what I mean, would be elite, but they'll put me at the top. You know what I mean, so go ahead and get me up to the top. I appreciate the super chats, but we will also appreciate hitting this link and purchase and support. That would be even better. So I appreciate that.
He gonna get you, man. Shout out to A-Cash.
I appreciate that, A-Cash. Help your boy out. And I'll say this. The top contributor will get a nice little surprise from your boy. I'm working on it. It might be loosely connected to my big surprise later on. It might. I can't make no promises. Obviously, I would never do that. But it might be loosely connected to the surprise I got later on. So please support that. I greatly appreciate it. Help us out. All right. Now let's get to this content, Dave. Well, he wasn't fired technically. He wasn't fired technically.
I don't know. I'm gonna tell. I mean,
I just wanted. I'm not gonna lie, Dave. I just wanted to use this. I just want to use that graphic.
No, but I would argue that you could. This is an eligible firing, and I'm gonna tell you why. You ready? Jerry Jones won't let that man go interview with these other teams. That man wanted to go interview with some other teams, and Jerry Jones told him, "Nah, dog, you ain't interviewing no other teams." And they decided not to exercise it prior to the day. It wasn't like they decided, "Oh, nah, we good. You out of here, buddy." They didn't wait and let the contract expire. Did I say that right? They ain't wait. They just said, "You know what? Nah, we good. We Gucci. You out of here, dog. Being let go a day before counts. He's out of here." So the question is, what are they going to do?
That was my question. That was my question. Who you think? I'm hearing Dion in these streets.
I'll be honest, bro. I don't know why Dion would go there. And the reason why I say that is because I think Dion has a decent chunk of control of Colorado that he will not get in Dallas. Because Jerry runs that show, bro. And I know they're tight, but I think I think in Colorado he can do whatever he wants. In essence, pretty much, he can run his program however he wants to run his program. He really ain't got to answer to many people. Whereas Dallas is going to be like a whole different ball game. He's going to have to answer to Jerry in essence. I think I wouldn't be shocked if they decide to hire Kellen Moore because of how late they made this decision and how late they decided to go this route.
It's the Cowboys though, bro. Like they think they go get whoever they want.
That job is not as glorious as you think it is, bro. And you know it.
No,
that job ain't glorious.
Right.
Like,
no, you're right.
Like
you're right.
That job, like if you ask me, if you rank it of the top jobs from a professional standpoint, it's not the best job to have. From a business standpoint, for the coach, it could be because of what the brand is. But from a professional standpoint, they ain't a top job in the NFL, bro. It ain't. It's not.
Yeah.
I don't think it is. You know.
Yeah, I don't think it is either. I think that the Cowboys are starting to lose. Well, not starting to. It has lost its luster. That ain't the same, America's team. That whole vibe is that's a wrap, bro. That team is washed. Obviously, they got a lot of fans, and that's going to keep them propped up. But
Carolina's won more playoff games than them since they've been in existence.
Hey, I'm with you. Here go Dave with the stats. Yeah, I mean, I feel you. I'm with you.
I'm just letting y'all know because I want to give awareness to the problem. Like they've been riding off their past success for a very long time. The last time they were in a Super Bowl, GZA was releasing his first solo album with the Wu-Tang Clan. Like 1995. It's been a while. Like it's been a minute. But they're America's team, right? Just ask them.
Yeah. All right. That's enough Cowboys talk. But salute to them. They looking for a head coach. We'll talk about all that as well. But we talked about this last week, Dave. We already knew that the Patriots, as soon as they let go of your boy Gerard Mayo, they knew they wanted Vrabel. That's why they had a plan. They executed it.
They hired it. They went and did their 2 black interviews, and then they just get past the rule and bring Vrabel in. Now, Vrabel was the guy that they wanted. Mm-hmm. He wanted to be there. Mm-hmm. I'm not mad. I hated the execution of it, but I understood why they had to execute the way that they did. But at the same time, I'm curious to see if Vrabel goes 3-14, now what? You know what I'm saying? Like
you know the answer to that, Dave.
I know what the answer is, but then I'm gonna ask.
Yeah, you ain't gotta wait.
No, because I don't think he will go 3-14. I think he's a pretty good coach. Like I think he can coach, and I'm also fascinated about about how they're gonna handle him versus the way they handle Mayo from the standpoint of GM coach relationship and how that's gonna work. Because prior to this and Mayo, Bill Belichick ran the show. Like he did everything. So it'll be fascinating to see how that GM coach situation is going to be with Vrabel. So we'll see. I mean, good luck to him, but well, not really. I tweeted what I tweeted. But we'll see.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna do nothing for a couple of years. I'm curious to see how he feels about Drake May. Because now, new coach. Is he gonna like the quarterback he got? We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I mean, we will see. We'll see what happens here as the Patriots turn. That's a lot going on there. But we got some vacancies here, Dave. Here's what we got so far.
I love how you put the Saints all the way to the other side.
I had to separate. Yeah, I had to, separate the recyclable from the trash. You know what I mean? I had to.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
I had to make sure. Yeah,
I feel you.
Speaking of which, we are in the process of working on a roundtable. I don't know when it's going to be. I got to check the DMs to see when that's going to go down. But
I just noticed something. Can you take off the hide for the StreamYard?
Yeah. So we are setting up a roundtable here pretty soon. So just stay tuned when that's going to go down. I got smoke for everybody. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of Bryce hate, especially from the Saints fans. They was talking about how trash Bryce is. Seems like they might have a quarterback problem on their hands. You know what I mean? And now, the Falcons fans want to smoke. Shout out to Big Low, man. That's my guy. Shout out to Big Low. But they want to smoke too, it appears. You know what I mean? Salute to the Bucks. So we'll see. It's gonna be a good time.
Big Game James gonna have a blast with us, man.
Yeah, he is.
And rightfully so.
Mm-hmm,
rightfully so.
So we'll see how that goes down. But these are the openings right now. So we will see how this goes, how it plays out. a lot of teams that we continue to see in this realm. The Jaguars, they keep recycling coaches. I don't want to be in that. I do not want to be in this discussion ever again. I hope Canales is our guy from here on out. I don't want to be bottom feeding like the Jets, the Bears. That was us.
You know who's been getting some interviews, man? Have you noticed him getting some interviews?
Rivera.
Yeah, man. I hope he gets one of these gigs, man. I have two opinions on the two places he's interviewed. If he gets the job with the Jets fans should be thrilled because then they're going to get a new owner. Because Ron Rivera be out here going through owner transitions like there's nobody's business. So they'll get a new owner if Rivera becomes a coach there because something's going to happen. Owner going to be gone. Now, if he gets the job in Chicago, that would be a crazy story, bro. For him to
that would be crazy.
To come back as a head coach, after being on that 85 Bears squad, that would be a crazy story. That would be dope. That would be dope. Now, with regards to the rest of these vacancies, the Jaguars are a dumpster fire, bro. We're gonna have to start having questions about Trevor Lawrence very soon. Like,
are we? Or do we? Or do we need to have questions about the way the organization is run?
I mean, Shah Khan's out here too busy. I mean, not Shah Khan, the son. Tony Khan is out here too busy dealing with AEW.
Well, he ain't got nothing to do with that's Tony. That's Tony Khan. That's his son. He ain't got nothing.
That's what I said. Tony Khan. But Tony is using
Tony.
Well, actually, Tony's got a role with the Jags too. He's got a big role with the Jaguars too. He's part of the executive branch of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, that's just on paper, bro. He ain't doing nothing.
Now this right here, what Bro Man said, this is why they're not gonna get another good coach right here. A lot like Byron Leftwich declined to go work for him because he didn't want to work for Trent. That's gonna be the tent for them. Raiders gonna be interesting. Because they're they got a one-day way out of a quarterback. So the Raiders gonna be interesting. Dallas is gonna be Dallas, man. As long as Jerry Jones is gonna be there, you ain't gonna be able to do anything as a coach. Because you're never gonna be like Jerry Jones is always gonna overshadow you. So we'll see.
Shout out to Bobby Diddley. Big Low said PNP was high and all season until they got that win. Okay, and what's your point?
No, bump that. I ain't rolling with that. No.
Hey, I own it. I
ain't high. No, I ain't high, but Big Low, this is for you.
I hate y'all. I do anything to replace y'all.
I'll own it. Like I wasn't scared of none of y'all.
Hey, look, man.
I just didn't get an invite,
bro. I ain't want to talk to them.
I ain't scared of y'all, man.
I ain't even gonna hate. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I ain't want to talk to them.
No, I don't care.
Okay. I ain't want to talk to them, bro. Listen, bro. Our season was in shambles, bro. We was about to be going until that week, until that turnaround Bryce made. We was in shambles, bro. We was in shambles. So yeah, now I'm ready to pop out. Now I'm ready to pop back out. You know what I mean? We trending back in the right direction. So yeah, I'm ready for the smoke now. What's your point?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And the smoke will be given. Okay, we ready for all the smoke. All right, so let's keep it moving. All right, let's talk about what's happening in the Carolinas here. Let's keep it with the Carolinas. We talked a little bit about what's going on around the league. Dave, before we get into that, do you want to talk anything about playoff football? Before we get into this?
Yeah, there was a lot more blowouts than I thought it was going to
be. Shout out to the Vikings that you said that was great.
Oh, well, dog, listen, I got that one wrong, and I got the Houston Chargers wrong. And the Houston Chargers game kind of hurt me from the standpoint of Herbert. Herbert was out here doing his best alone impression with all them interceptions. Yeah, but you know he threw more interceptions in that game than he did the entire season. Like he had 3 interceptions all season, and Herbert showed up and threw 4. Sam's biggest, man, I watched that game last night, bro, with the Rams and the Vikings. Sam was out here, he forgot who he was, man. Like the last 2 weeks, he was atrocious, but he got sacked 9 times last night. He got beat up pretty bad. So
yeah.
So I'm wondering what the Vikings are going to do with that situation. There was talks that they were going to trade J.J. McCarthy to go to the Giants. They were going to trade him to a team that needs a quarterback. But now I don't know what they're going to do. But now Sam's price has dropped significantly. I guess before the last 2 weeks, he was slated to make like $54 million a year, and that went all the way down to the $41, $42 million range. So we'll see. I think I can see them re-signing him. But he saw some ghosts the past 2 weeks, man. It was pretty rough. Pretty rough on him. But he still had a good season. Just, I did say they would make the playoffs, so they did. They just won't want it done. All right. But now overall, interesting. A lot of blowouts. More not too many nail bites. The best game was Tampa Bay and Washington.
Yeah, salute to the Commanders, bro.
Yeah, I picked them too.
Taking out the Bucks.
The lowly Bucks. Yeah. And shout out to Louvu being all pro too. Second team all pro. Shout out to Louvu, man.
Don't remind me, bro.
No. We must. I must. You know, we should have figured out a way to resign that man, bro. Golly.
Well, he didn't want to be here, bro. He saw what we saw basically, and he thought he would be utilized better elsewhere. So he decided he wanted to go elsewhere. You can't knock that man, and he got paid. He killed 2 birds with 1 stone.
Good for him, though. Shout out to him.
Shout out to Brandon King. He said Sam showed his true colors last night. Sure did.
Yeah, man.
He did.
He turned back into a pumpkin last night, bro. But it was the last 2 weeks. He looked like a pumpkin against Detroit too. So, I mean, remember the ghost.
All right, let's get into now our Carolina Panthers talk. Coach changes, Dave. So we knew that, with Evero being retained, something had to give. And so what happened was we let go our defensive backs coach, Bert Watts, our outside linebackers coach, Tim Lukabu, and quality control coach, Bobby Maffei. Dave, what are your thoughts on these firings? Does it matter? Does it not matter?
It always matters. It always matters. I mean, somebody had to go. Like, this is the best. This is the pound of flesh that you're going to get, because I know a lot of folks want to Evero out of here. But here's your pound of flesh. You lose three coaches on this side of the ball, right? So shout out to, it sucks for them. They got to find a new job. But it's the NFL, man. People rotate every day, B. So, but now I'm curious to see who they're going to bring in to replace these three coaches. I mean, Tepper can pretty much pay whatever he wants. So it'll be fascinating to see how much they're gonna fork out for the next DB OLB coach and the quality control guy. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah. Yep.
Bringing Luke in would be diabolical, but I don't know if Luke wants to be using it. Like, Luke enjoys his retirement, it seems.
Yeah, I don't think Luke's coming to coach, bro.
No, I think he tried that adventure once, and I don't think he wants to do that again.
Yeah. Yeah, and I meant to put Deontay Johnson on the slides, but I didn't get a chance to get to it. But your boy's wilding.
Let me, bruh.
My man been through three teams in one season, bro. It's crazy.
He was out here, dog. And the thing that's wild to me is that was the first time he's been involved in a playoff win, I think. And he actually got a catch in that game, I believe, if I remember correctly. That was the first time that he was involved in a playoff game in his career, a playoff win in his career. And that's what you do? That's wild to me, man.
Yeah,
that is crazy. Wild to me. Disintegrated.
According to the streets, he made a scene too.
He did. He made a scene while they were celebrating. He was making a scene because he wasn't as involved as he wanted to be.
This dude, bro, he's wilding.
Everybody thought that Mike Tomlin was wild when they traded him to us. Tomlin was like the genius out of this when it was all said and done.
Facts.
Bruh.
Facts.
I
don't know, bro.
Everybody was, Marcus asked, for what I understand, everybody was out here smoking cigars, celebrating the victory. And he out here acting a fool, complaining about the fact that he didn't get that much time instead of celebrating the win with this team. And so they cut his behind immediately. And that was that.
And we tried to give him a shot. He was with us the longest, I think.
Yes, this season.
This season, yes. In the season.
Yeah, because man. Well, I mean, at least he definitely played more games.
I don't know if we seen anyone fumble the bag worse than this. Like, this has got to be the worst bag fumble ever, bro. You were in line. If you stayed with the Carolina Panthers, the way you were getting targets and the catches you were getting, bro, you were on pace to work your way into wide receiver 2 money at worst, right? You were probably going to make 10, 15 on the open market if you did right. But, bro, this man just completely how, bro? I don't know. The shout out to the Panthers for at least keeping it under wraps, though. Like, because who knows how long
you remember when the trade happened, and including me, everybody was like, I did say we don't know what really happened about why we got what we got. there might be reasons why they made the decision to do what they did at the time, but a lot of folks thought we didn't get nothing for him. But then we saw what happened after. The best thing that happened, the funniest thing that happened during that whole process was when the Ravens was playing the Steelers, and they asked Mike Tomlin, "What are you doing to strategize against Deontay Johnson?" And in the most professional way, he pretty much said, "I ain't wasting no time with this man. I ain't trying to game plan for this man." It was like he ain't a factor. It was the most hilarious thing ever. But we dodged the bullet, bro.
We did.
We dodged the bullet.
Come back in return, so we straight. I mean, you got to be. It is what it is. You got to take what you can get at that point. So those are the coaching changes. We also had some. Oh, what happened to my other slide? We had some athletic trainers also get fired. I think I still have the slide hidden, but we had. Let me fix it.
Oh, Kevin King, yeah.
Yep. There we go. So the head athletic trainer, Kevin King, and Andrew Althoff out of here, Dave. And one of these guys had been around since the Matt Rule days, Dave. I think the Andrew Althoff kid, or no, he's not a kid, but
he ain't a kid now.
That gentleman had been around for a long time. And I'm kind of surprised that he hung around this long. You know what I mean? A Matt Rule guy being around this long.
If he was doing
something right.
Yeah, that's my thing. Like sometimes some folks will do something right. I mean, shoot, you can say that about Evero, no matter how you feel about it. I mean, he stuck around through Frank Wright. Right? So it's all in perspective. But nah, man, like I don't know when, I can't recall when Kevin King got hired. But, we did have some injuries though, bro. And that's typically the folks who take that type of heat when you have a lot of injuries, particularly with our all-stars.
So Carson's asking, so what's the first and last name you put in for your fundraiser, the person you're supporting? Just put my name in there. Here, I'm going to put my name in the chat. There you go. Put my name in there.
But yeah, man. He's been there since 2013? Wow.
Yeah, 2013, bro.
Rivera? Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Neighbors want to play in Carolina? Oh, come on,
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Either. Neighbors is out there living his best life cheering for the Commanders. So I don't know what he
I did see that. Now that was wild. But then again, he might be from the DC area, so I'll give him grace.
I don't know where he's from. But
I mean, that's the only excuse I can roll with, bro.
No,
you out here rooting for your rival school.
Maybe he just like football.
To be that excited with the gear on, I don't know, man. You in the division with those guys. You gotta have some type of disdain.
Yeah, he played with Jaden too, right? They homies, right? So
yeah, that's true. Fair point.
Come on, man.
That's fair point.
Come on, man.
That's a fair point. Fine. You know, I don't watch so much big college football like that. Fine.
They homies, bro. They homies, man. So neighbors ain't coming to Carolina, bro. Shout the way.
I got it.
I just brought that up. Yeah, I got it, y'all. We're good, y'all. But yeah, so these are the athletic guys, and so listen, I think this is intriguing. We've been dealing with a ton of injuries.
That's what I was
over the years,
bro.
It ain't just this year. Like over the years, we've been dealing with a lot of injuries. But if we go as far as, and I'm just playing devil's advocate here, if we go as far as hiring and firing athletic trainers, one would think that we would take a look at the playing surface and get that potentially replaced, because I'm sure that has something to do with some of these injuries. You know what I mean? So,
well,
that's just, you know what I mean? Just a thought.
No, I'm with you. I'm team grass, so you ain't gonna get an argument out of me. I just, it's about priorities, man. When there's a soccer game, grass somehow shows up there. I'll leave it at that. Grass makes an appearance when there's a soccer game. So,
well, when there's a big soccer game, not any soccer game, because they have a soccer team, and the soccer team plays on the turf.
Oh, they do too. Oh, well, I mean, big one.
When international games come, because they have a mandate that they have to play on natural grass. Those teams, those EuroLeague teams or whatever, I don't know what the soccer stuff. Shout out to Austin, he knows. But when those guys come in, they'll replace it. And Yeah. So every now and then you might see some grass come into Bank of America Stadium, but probably once a year for a big soccer game, international soccer game. But anyway, yeah. So those are the guys that are no longer with the team. Going to be interesting to see how much money David Tepper invests in getting some new athletic training folks here, because that's going to be very interesting to see how that plays out. All right. So with that said, shout out to all the Patreon members who already know what the secret is. The secret is out in Patreon on the Discord. Shout out to all those folks that are locked in. We appreciate y'all. Shout out to the MVPs. Shout out to the franchise folk. And shout out to the free agents, man. We appreciate y'all. We greatly appreciate the support. And I got something for y'all too. Just hang tight. In lieu of, what's going to happen with this announcement, I may try to see if I can get some stuff for y'all too. So hang tight. Salute to all of the Patreon supporters. We appreciate it. And I told y'all some content coming. It's some other stuff I'm working on too. So hang tight. This offseason is going to be great. Lock in with PNP. If you want to go to support us on patreon.com/Panther Nation PC, lock in with us, sign up. We appreciate that support. All right. Dave, you want to hit some underdog real quick?
Yeah, man. Make sure you guys go to underdogfantasy.com and use the promo code PNP when you do. Like right now, we're in best ball season. We got golf coming up, so you can get a golf. You can do a golf draft if you want. You can do the pick'ems for the divisional rounds that's coming up in the NFL. You still got the NBA going on. You got MMA fights, even esports. They'll even do higher and lower in esports. So make sure you go to underdogfantasy.com and use the promo code PNP when you do. They're still doing a deposit match. And also, they've been doing some pretty good deals where you can potentially get discounts and get better chances to win some money. So go to underdogfantasy.com and make sure you use the code PNP when you do.
Salute to Underdog. Now, y'all know what time it is. Time for this announcement. Drum roll, please. It ain't that big of a deal, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. Salute to my man, Jalen Coker. We have part 2 of the Panthers Pulse interview. Now, you saw him. We had him earlier on before he right after he signed with the Carolina Panthers as an undrafted free agent. But now we're going to have him on again to talk about the entire season. But wait. Not only is this an interview, it's in person. It's an in-person interview. So I got to give a quick shout out to Queen City Podcast Network for allowing us to, we got the little deal going with them. So we get to use the studio and whatnot. It's going to be fire. Jalen Coker, in-person interview. It's actually going down tomorrow. So I'm going to let y'all know what's going on. We're going to try to get Dave in virtually. But this is crazy. Salute to Coker, man. Y'all know we rock. You know how we rock with Jalen Coker. We've been rocking with him since day one. And I knew I was going to try to get with him at the end of the season. And he said he wanted to do it in person. I said, let's lock in. So we locking in tomorrow. Salute to my guy Preston, who's gonna come down and lock it in with his beautiful bean footage. Y'all know how Preston is. So we got Preston who locking in. You got Brian from Queen City Podcast Network. Salute to everybody that is involved. But this interview is gonna be great. It's gonna be fire in person. I'm gonna be like Oprah, bro. Like it's gonna be fire. It's gonna be fire, man. It's gonna be good stuff. So shout out to Jalen Coker, who has agreed to rock with PNP in person. Super dope.
Yeah, I love it, man. Sucks I can't get down there, but hopefully you can beam me in. I'll be available. If I can't get beamed in, it's fine. I'm pretty sure you're going to do an awesome job either way.
Yeah, man. Salute to Jalen Coker, and I'm going to try to see if I can get some stuff autographed. Again, I can't make no promises, y'all. If he don't want to sign, I can't make that man sign. So I'm going to try to get some things signed and provide it to my Patreon members and the top contributor to this fundraiser. So salute to Jalen Coker, man, my guy. We locking in. So all dope. It's gonna be great. Good times. Again, salute to everybody involved, and most importantly, salute to Jalen Coker, Coker crew, Coke heads, Coke boys. We up.
Yes,
all right.
Price today's price, man.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, man. Salute to him because he's super down to earth. Like I reached out. He's like, it's like talking to one of your homies. Like he's so cool, so down to earth, and I hope he never changed. I'm not saying he will. But you know how things go. I'm not saying he's gonna go Hollywood. He doesn't seem like he's that type of guy. but for him to actually still sit down and rock with your boys, even after he's, he's kind of heading up out of here, and his stock is all the way up.
This way,
you know what I mean? So for him to continue to rock with us is super fire. Now, if he was a Patreon member, shout out to the Patreon members, because I did ask them if they want some questions asked. So I am taking those into account. So if you're in Patreon, I got your questions locked and loaded. Some of them I already had. Some of them were good that I will add in addition. So if you want to become a Patreon member and sign up and get in the Discord before tomorrow, I will add your questions to my list and get them asked to Jalen Coker.
They're asking if it's going to be on Patreon first.
Oh, yeah, of course.
We're going to put it there first.
Of course. Patreon first. Of course. Patreon exclusive first, and then we'll release it out to the rest of the folks eventually, whenever I feel like it. You know what I mean? So but yeah, it'll get released to the public though, for sure.
Yeah, it will.
All right. Salary cap outlook. Let's talk about it, Dave. So the numbers have come out for the 2025 season, and we are sitting at $21 million in available cap space. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad at all. So we solid. Not the most in the world, but I think we're about 19th in the league when it comes to salary cap space. Not too bad. But Dave, I will say this. We are or do have the highest available salary cap in the division.
That is wild, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. So again, we might not be in the best position, but the division ain't looking so hot. And y'all know how the Saints roll. They are $51 million over in cap, and that accounts for them doing some shenanigans, because Ryan Ramczyk, one of the best offensive linemen ever, is retiring. And so they're doing some funny shenanigans with his contract. Same thing they did with Breeze, but you still, like I always say, gotta pay the piper. You gotta pay up. I keep trying to tell y'all, the salary cap exists. You can play around, you can finagle with it, but when you $51 million over the cap and you're not drafting well, bro, you're gonna be down bad for a while, bro.
Yeah,
you're gonna be down bad.
But the thing about, somebody said they got to do a fire trade. Trading ain't gonna always work depending on what the guaranteed money looks like, because then you got to take the hit immediately. So you might not be able to trade folks. So it's not that simple. Yeah, bruh. You want to talk about walking into a situation?
That's why I said it's one of the best situations available. You said it wasn't. I said it was one of the best situations.
I knew it was high. I didn't think $131 million high. Now we'll see if they're willing to spend the money. That's where it's gonna get fascinating. Because the Patriots have always been known to be cheap when it comes to their spending. So we'll see.
So Carson one says this cap will increase a lot. I told y'all. Shout out to Carson, man. Shout out to A-Cash too. Speaking of paying, Shad, you should be on the top 5 leader. I did check low key. I checked my tab. A-Cash, you are the man. I'm in second place as of right now.
Look at
but
that.
If you ain't first, you're last. So I need y'all support. Please continue to go to that pinned comment, support the channel. Support your boy. You can put Rashad Beard in the comments or whatever you need, the supporter thing. Put that in there and support your boy. Help me get into first place where I rightfully belong. You know what I mean? Let me see. Okay, so Mike says restructure Robert Hunt and Lewis, and you get and let go of most of our sorry defense. We're gonna talk about that. Because I don't think this front office is about that restructure life. They're not restructuring. You got to look at Tillis's history and look at actually what Dan Morgan did recently. He's not about that restructure life. That's very risky. You may do it every now and then for a couple of guys, especially guys that are going to be a part of the long-term outlook. Could you do it for those two guys you mentioned? Absolutely, you could, because I don't see Robert Hunt or Lewis going anywhere anytime soon. So I would try to lock those guys in for a long time. And so I feel comfortable with restructuring those guys, but we don't need to restructure everybody. Just because they have a lot of base salary does not mean that you just go and restructure. That's how you get into Saints cap hell. And we don't need to get in that situation. That's how you get into that, is all that restructuring. You know what I mean? So, and that's how, to be honest, that's how Taylor Moton has a $31 million cap hit this year. And now look at what we're trying to do. It was because of all the restructuring. That's how that happens. So we're gonna talk about that in just a second. But yeah, that's the salary cap outlook. 21 million is not a lot of space, like somebody said. You subtract $10 million generally. That's the general outlook. For the draft picks, you subtract 10 million, you save that, and now you're looking at about 10 million. But there's some things you got to do. There's some top priority things we need to do in order to get in a really good situation moving forward, in my opinion. Number one, Jaycee Horn extension. And I don't know why. Is it on the next one? Did I add another one? Okay. Yeah. So top priorities. I'll just go here. So top priorities, Jaycee Horn. You got to extend Jaycee Horn, in my opinion. You got to figure that out. He's playing on his 5th-year option next year. So if you can go in and extend him, you can reduce his salary cap hit from about $12 million to his base salary of about $1 million, and that'll free up a ton of cap space if you can get a long-term deal in place for him. So that's one. You also got to extend Taylor Moton. Taylor Moton is 31 years old, y'all. Remember that. He's getting up there. He's 31 years old, and he has what we call voided years added on to the end of his contract. So he has about 3 years in addition of prorated bonus money, right? And when you have those voided years, and we're going to talk about that in just a second, when you talk about the free money at the bottom, we're going to talk about how that looks. But that's what I'm talking about, is that those voided years is free money for those guys. And it sucks for us. There's 3 guys that we have to worry about that are getting free money. And we're going to talk about that in a couple slides. But we got to get that. We got to figure that out. But Taylor Moton is also going to be on that free money list if we don't extend him. $31 million is his cap hit if we don't do anything with it. We've got to extend him. If you extend him, you can free up a SHIT ton of cap space. So you have to extend him. Extending him and Taylor Jaycee Horn will give you a lot of available cap space. So that's 2. You got to take care of that. There's some dead weight we can cut. There's some dead weight that we can absolutely get rid of. We'll talk about those, and we'll talk about some of the free agents that are available that we could retain. Some low-cost guys that shouldn't cost us an arm and a leg, but should be kind of viable options, at least at minimum, as far as depth is concerned going into the next season. Dave, you want to add anything to this?
Yeah, I know I gave Jaycee Horn so much heat, but I got to take ownership of what happened. He did what he needed to do. He absolutely deserves to get the extension. Taylor Moton is a no-brainer. You got to extend him. Yeah, the dead weight situation. You ain't kidding about cutting the dead weight, bro. We got a lot of it.
We're going to talk about it.
We got a lot of it.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
And key free agents. I mean, who you trying to keep outside of
Michael Jackson is one of them. I would like to keep him around. Not for nothing, and I'm not saying he should be CB2. He should be a very solid. I feel comfortable with him being our off-the-bench cornerback if our top CB2 goes down. That's how I feel about Michael Jackson. I feel really good about him being a depth piece. I think we can do better than him, respectfully, because I like him. I like his game. He played very well for us this season. But I think we can do better. You know what I mean? So if you get somebody opposite of him in the draft or in free agency, opposite of Jaycee, excuse me, and then he turns into a depth piece, that's how you build a good roster.
No, I'm with you.
So okay. that's where I land with so, and we'll go through the entire list. We'll see if you like some folks, and we'll see if I like some folks, and we can build a solid list. Okay.
All right.
All right. Let's talk about it. Dead weight. So here's some of the dead weight.
Here. All 3 of you. All 3 of you. We ain't got to take too much time on this. All 3 of you got to go. You got to go. All of y'all got to go. Got to go. It's been real, guys. You ain't getting no qualms out of me. They all got to go. Miles think he should play more. I disagree, bro. You had one good game. You know what I'm saying? That's a one hot album and every 10-year average. You got to go. It's just lame. You got to go.
Man, Dave, you on fire, bro.
You got to go. Like it's gone. All right.
So
Dang,
if
we only got room for one. We only got room for one Jackson on this roster. So Dane, you got to go, bro. It is what it is.
Yo, looking at this list. I mean, that's about $12 million in cap space, freed up cap space right there.
$1.6 million. Yep.
Yeah, Dave, there you go. He's the math guy, not me. I never claimed to be a math guy, but that's just over $10 million in cap space freed up if you let go of Miles Sanders. Now, let me play devil's advocate a little bit with Miles Sanders, because a lot of you should be a little concerned about the running back position without Miles Sanders. Now that
I'm not.
I'm okay, Dave. Let me finish because I'm playing devil's advocate because you know
I know
how
you
I
are.
feel.
I know
you know how
you
I
feel.
feel.
Go ahead.
You know how I feel about the running back position. So I'm just playing devil's advocate. Now with Jonathan Brooks being banged up, injury, probably going to miss a little bit of the season. We have a little bit of a depth issue at running back. So I know that running back is the most replaceable position in the league, and I do know that you could go out and get a running back probably anywhere, and they'll be solid for much cheaper than you could get Miles Sanders. Now, what if there's a scenario, Dave, where Miles Sanders says, I want to play for Carolina, and I'll take much less money because I know I can't get a bag anywhere else?
Will he take the vet minimum? That's the only reason. That's the only way he stays here. Other than that, it's been real, dog. It's been real. You know what I'm saying? We could draft a guy. We could pick a guy from undrafted free agent.
Y'all are rude, man. Look at this. Alex, come on, man.
I'm there, bro. Look, man, we can go get a former ag. We can go get Bashar Tootin. We can go get Tootin. Bring Tootin up here.
Tootin's cousin commented on a mock draft video, man. Salute to Tootin.
Oh, you drafted him?
I did not. I mentioned them in the mock draft Monday. I did not do a mock draft Monday yesterday. My apologies, got busy at work. But yeah, I mentioned him in I saw his name on the list, and I was like, oh, Tootin, shout out Aggie Pride. You know what I mean? And yeah, he's in the draft, and yeah, salute to him. He should get picked up. He's
day 2 pick. He's probably gonna be a day 2 pick.
Yeah, he's nice. He's nice.
No, he is. Oh my God, he was nice when he was at A&T, but then when he returned Virginia Tech, then he became the top guy. Ridiculous, man.
Yeah. So yeah, running back.
There's too many running backs in this draft.
I'm just playing. I hear y'all. I'm just playing devil's advocate here. I'm just playing devil's advocate. Please don't kill me out there. I just playing devil's advocate there. Now,
I didn't realize how many running backs was in this draft, bro. I did not until I started looking. I was like, oh my God, we're yeah, Miles, it's been real, buddy.
Yeah, there's a ton of them, bro. Shot Tuttle, Dave. I think he was put in a tough situation for him to play nose tackle, and I don't think he's really a true nose tackle. And so yeah, I think we need to get a real hog molly in there, and I think that he's probably going to end up getting let go. Dane Jackson, having Michael Jackson come in here, one of the Jackson 5 come in here and just take your spot, and not even look back, is crazy. So I think Dane, I'd much rather shift that money to Michael Jackson and get rid of Tito. I'm just gonna be honest. Dave.
He ain't even a Tito. He's a Dane. Like, we're done here.
He ain't even Randy. He ain't even Randy Dane.
Dog. He ain't even part of the 5. He ain't part of the Jacksons. Like when they added the other ones. Like he's no, man. Only one Jackson on the roster, bruh. No more than one,
bruh.
No more than one. No more than one. It's all right, man. It's all right. He gonna get some money on the way out the door probably, but nah, he gotta go.
Yeah, it's a tough situation, and now you have Shaw Smith-Wade as well. I think if Shaw Smith-Wade was not on the roster, I would consider keeping Dane, but I do think Dane has a leg up because he has connections to Morgan. To Dan Morgan, and so Morgan may be like, all right, I know he still has potential, and he did come off of an injury, so maybe that was still lingering a little bit. So he might stick around, but for me, I'd much rather I'd rather see more Shaw Smith-Wade, and I'd much rather keep Michael Jackson as depth pieces, and then potentially draft some guys to kind of build around it. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I expected to take a corner in the draft, so yeah, it's been real, Dane.
Yeah. And now with this, that somebody asked a great question. How much dead cap if we cut all 3? And I did not calculate that, but there is dead weight that comes along with it. We do gain cap space, but there's also a cap. There's a dead cap that we incur by cutting these guys. So I didn't put that number up here, and I'm not going to click off to go get it. But absolutely, that is something you need to consider, because right now, we have a lot of money sitting in dead cap because we've been mismanaging our roster so poorly. We pay so much money, like we've had like 20% of our available cap space in dead money. Don't quote me on that percentage, but it's been a lot. Way more than it should be. And now I think we only have like 2-something million in cap space, in dead cap space. I think Mingo and somebody else. So it's not a lot. So which is very, very good. You know what I mean? So salute to Tillis and Morgan for managing that dead cap and doing this the right way. Go ahead, Dave.
Yep. Shout out to Wade Evans for the super chat. Get Shy off the team. I was at the Commanders game and he spent more energy talking trash to the Commanders fans sitting beside me than on the field. That's a shame, man. Shout out to you, Wade, for the super chat.
Shout out to Wade, man. Salute to Wade. All right, let's keep this thing trucking. Let's talk about the free money. Free money. Okay, so let me explain this a little bit further again, because some of you guys may or may not know how this works. So, and this is a tactic that the Saints use a lot, and that's how they're able to free up so much space, right? So what happens is you can add or extend and add voided years up to 5 voided years to a contract, and you can spread out the bonus over that 5 years, right? And so what happens is that reduces the cap hit, but it pushes it into the future, right? So we did that, and it happens when you every time you restructure, you push that money into those voided years, right? And so that's what's happened with Taylor Moton. That's what's happened with Austin Corbett, and all these guys have been restructured, or they just had voided years added to their contracts at some point. And so now these guys are not even going to be on a team next year. These guys are free agents, but they have cap hits of that amount, right? So Austin Corbett, he's not under contract. He's not playing for the Carolina Panthers next year. But if nothing happens and it stands as is, he will be paid $7.7 million to be a Carolina Panther, to
go wherever he wants.
The Carolina Panther. He can go wherever he wants. He can sign to another team, but he will receive a check from the Carolina Panthers in the amount of $7.7 million. So that's what happens when you play that kick the can game. You have to pay the piper. And if nothing happens, Dave, you could do the math on that. That 11-something million we just saved, we spending more of that here.
Way more. I mean, at least $3 million more based on the math.
I want y'all to say, no, you can't keep them. So here's the thing. You can keep them. Here's the thing with keeping them. There's a way to get around it. This is how you address the free money, right? So, and I only see this happening with maybe 1, maybe 2 guys, maybe 3. Corbett, I don't see Austin Corbett coming back, respectfully. I think his replacement has been found in either Cade Mays or Brady Christensen. We're moving on. I think he's been too injured. He's missed, very similar to Shaq Thompson, missed a lot of time. So I don't see Austin Corbett coming back, respectfully. But he's got the biggest amount invested in that free money. So Andy Dalton, they said some things about trying to get him back. I don't see Andy Dalton coming back because both sides have to agree to something. That was what was said in the conference. So that means Andy Dalton wants to get paid. And do you want to pay a high-end, a backup, or do you want to go out there and start to develop somebody else? Because there's going to be somebody else out there that you can get probably a little bit cheaper than what Dalton's going to want. He's got a little bit of leverage. I was here. I helped Bryce out. Or are you going to just go invest in that and keep that clan together and say, all right, we'll continue to invest in our investment? So I don't know how that's going to work out. I don't know how it's going to work with Andy Dalton. Dave, what's your thoughts on Andy Dalton and Austin Corbett before we get to the next 2?
Man. I'm just trying to think to myself. I want Jameis here, bro. I want Jameis here, man.
Shout out to Jameis Winston, bro. The GOAT.
I have my theories about when you have a starting black quarterback, and my theory still stands. We got to get a black up. So since we need a black up,
come on, Dave.
We need a black up. So because of that, we're gonna have to find somebody else, man.
Come on, man.
We gotta protect Bryce. Because as soon as Bryce has a bad game, just like when we had Cam Newton, folks was out here asking for Derek Anderson. Like, no. Gotta protect Bryce. Gotta get a black up. Gotta go get a black up.
That's funny, but not funny.
I'm telling you what it's got to be. Look, man. I'm telling you. Look, man. You saw what happened with the nasty man over in Cleveland, right? You know, you had Joe Flacco as the backup. He showed up. He balled out of his mouth. What's
the nasty man?
The first opportunity they had in the offseason, they said, "All right, we got to get Joe Flacco out of here. We got to bring a backup in because we don't want folks to alienate Deshaun Watson." Now, granted, Deshaun Watson's probably done. I think he's done in this town. I don't think he'll be playing the league no more. I think he hurt himself again. I think his career might be over at this point. I expect Cleveland to draft a quarterback, but you know, I'm going to be fascinated to see what they do with the quarterback position because they're not willing to pay Andy. I'm pretty sure there's other quarterbacks that will be available that be willing to take a decent salary.
Yeah, backup quarterback is not.
Drew sees the vision. He sees the vision.
Yeah,
he sees the vision. Yeah. We got a chance to get Hard Knocks this year. There's only 4 teams that can get it this year.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we're one of the teams that they may be forced to do it too. Like they may make us do it. Just because there's stipulations and rules. So I'm actually low key. I kind of want it to happen. Yeah, I'm typically against Hard Knocks, but I low key would be very interested to watch us in Canales to see some of those the behind the scenes stuff, and see the inner workings. Maybe see a lot of Tepper. See how he's taking a step back. Maybe we won't see him. You know what I mean? Because he's taking a step back. So I'm kind of low key now that we're on the way up. I wouldn't mind.
This is the time to do it, bro. Like this is it. This is the time to do it. But we'll see. I think Carolina would be good, and I actually liked it when we had the Amazon one. So I enjoyed watching that joint. I mean, I knew what was going to happen, but I enjoyed watching the Amazon one. So
yeah. All right, so Dave, let's talk about the next two. Shaq Thompson is another one. That's going to be interesting to see what we do with him. But he's another one that has voided years added to the back of his deal. And, Shaq does want to be here. He was at the Hornets game with Bryce Young the other day. So I think they're going to work something out with Shaq Thompson. I think he has a little bit more invested. I know I said Austin Corbett was injured, but he needs to go. But I do think Shaq Thompson a little different. He's been around for a long time, kind of a defensive leader. So he's a defensive leader too. That's something that this team needs is a defensive voice like Shaq Thompson. I don't think I like Jaycee, I like Derrick Brown, but there's a different voice in Shaq Thompson, and I think things hit different when he's on the field. And so I would like to see him back. Hopefully he can stay healthy. I do think there needs to be some language in his contract, and it needs to be structured a certain way to protect the Carolina Panthers. But I think they're going to make something happen with Shaq Thompson and keep him around. Dave, Johnny Hekker is also a free agent and has 40 years added to his deal, a very small amount. So I don't see us doing anything with that. However, Dave, do you want the GOAT, Johnny Hekker, back?
I wouldn't mind him back. I'm concerned about how much it's going to take to get him back. But then you should ask yourself, do you feel confident we can get somebody as good, if not better than him?
Yes. I watched Hekker, bro. I watched Hekker this year, bro, and it was
he wasn't that good this year.
Low key, kind of mid. I'm just being honest. I know what I said.
Yeah, he wasn't that good this year.
I know what I said about the punters. That was in the past. But Hekker, the punts were not it.
No, I'm with you.
He's getting older. His age is starting to show a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I feel you. I wouldn't be mad if we go out there and get another punter. I just don't want to draft. I don't want to draft one. Just find one in free agency, bro. Just find one.
You can get a punter anywhere, Dave.
Okay, I want a good punter.
I don't know that to be true. To be honest with you, I don't know how.
Now, you can have terrible punters. Like let's not do that.
You can have really bad punters. I mean, he wasn't that bad, but he wasn't the Heck we had the first couple years. We had Heck. The first couple years we had Heck, he was bombing them joints.
Yeah.
Coffin corners was crazy. But you could see the fall off has been. And I'm just calling a spade, man. I'm sorry. I don't want to be. I'm not a hater, bro. I'm not a hater. I'm keeping it a buck. Very, very mid this year. I saw some punts. I'm like, wow, Heck, that's you? That's Heck?
Look, man. Everybody gets old sometime. Father Time's undefeated. Sure. Never lost.
Facts. That's a fact. All right. That's Hekker and Shaq. Anything else you want to add to those?
Nah, man. I want Shaq to play his whole career in Carolina, so I'm hoping they can get something squared away with him.
Shout out to Shaq. And he went back to 54 too.
Yeah.
Salute. All right, let's keep it moving. free agents. Dave, here is a list of free agents that we need to address.
Somebody asked about Ian Thomas. Why don't we get rid of him? I'm like, he's a free agent, man. Yeah, this is the opportunity of a lifetime. Y'all been begging for Ian Thomas to be off this roster, and now he's about to be for real.
Yeah, I think the tight end room is about to get an overhaul, bro. I think it's time.
I think they'll re-sign Trimble. You don't think they'll re-sign Trimble?
I think they can. If they can, they will. I think they'll bring back Franks too. Felipe was a nice special teamer, bro. He was. You say what you want about Felipe Franks. He was a dog in special teams. I would bring him back. I would bring back Felipe Franks. But let's go down through this list one by one, Dave, and kind of talk about them and see whether you want to keep them or. And this is just a little, sign or walk preview. We'll talk about these guys, and I'll kind of go in depth more about these guys in the sign or walk series. But we'll quickly go back and go over those real quick. Father Time ain't beating JJ.
You ain't right. They try to get him out the paint. They try to get that man out the paint. Yo, JJ Jansen's gonna be out here long snapping until he's 60 at this rate.
That's facts. Shout out to JJ Jansen and shout out to Chris from Charlotte Vibe who did a interview with JJ. Salute to him. Good interview and salute to JJ Jansen. But yeah, man. Said Father Time ain't beating JJ. That's funny. All right, Dave. Let's go one by one. We talked about Andy Dalton. We talked about Austin Corbett. Dave, Brady Christensen. How you feel about that?
I think we should re-sign him. I have a feeling we're not gonna be able to though.
Fair.
Yeah, I think if he's a guy, I think we need to try to get him back here. But I think with everything that he's been through, it's going to be a tough re-sign for him. So we need to go in and get ready for life after Brady Christensen.
Yeah, I think Brady's a valuable swing tackle that we need that can play all across the line. I think you got to try to bring him back. But I also think they signed. I don't know about that. I won't say that, but. Brady Christensen, I do think is a valuable asset. He needs to be brought back for depth. Even when he's asked and when his name is called, he does a fantastic job out there. He's never a liability. And so we got to bring him back. And you got to start thinking about life after Taylor Moton. Christensen could be that. He played right tackle, he played left tackle, played center, played all over the place. So just keep that in mind as you think about the future of this offensive line. Tommy Tremble. Dave, I think we should go ahead, Dave. I'll let you go.
I think we should keep him, and I hope they try to. I think we've seen enough of him. Like if we want to go, we can go through all three tight ends. There's only one tight end on this list that I will not keep, and it's Ian Thomas. It's cut and dry for me. So,
yeah, Tommy Tremble got to keep him. Ian Thomas, I'm sure we can all agree, it's time.
It's time, man.
It's time. I think it's time to go
straight out the dungeons of rap. It's time, man. It's all right. He's got to go. I mean, folks he wants to test the market, so let him test the market. Hopefully, he passes.
Yep. Felipe Franks. I already said how I feel about Felipe Franks.
Special teams. I'm cool with that.
Gotta keep him. David Moore, Dave, how you feel about David Moore? Wide receiver, David Moore.
Oh, you guys want to draft a wide receiver? He's got to go.
Have to go? I think it's strong.
Yeah. Like folks been asking for these receivers. Like, so that tells you got problems with the ones we got. So yeah, I think it's time for him, man. I mean, if we can get it back in league minimum, I wouldn't be mad at it, but I don't know what his expectations are from a salary standpoint, but. We out here talking about we try to get more receivers. Kind of gotta go.
He's got ties to Canales.
I know what he got ties to, but
I think he's gonna stay here, bro.
I think he's gonna probably end up staying, but I'm thinking about the fact we only got $21 million of cash. Well, in essence, $11 million of cash space to spend on keeping these players, and we need new players. So it's like something's gonna have to give.
Shout out to Deontay with the super chat.
Teflon Don, Thomas got to
stay. Yes, Teflon Don, Ian Thomas got to stay. He got to stay, bro.
My man has survived everything. All right, what's next up?
Deshaun Williams, defensive end.
But you don't want to keep Mike Boone, huh?
Oh, Mike Boone. My apologies. I skipped him. My fault.
I don't.
Mike Boone.
I like
Mike Boone.
I like him, but he's 29.
Solid depth practice squad guy. I keep him around.
You don't think we can do better?
Yes, but I think
we can do better. You want to talk about? You already talking about overhauling tight end.
I think he's a power. He's a little bit different. A power back. He's a bigger guy. We can
find one in the draft, shot. We can find one in the draft. We can find one on undrafted free agents.
Fair enough. Deshaun Williams, Dave.
No.
Yeah, I think we could do better. Deshaun, I'll keep that same energy for the next two. Deshaun Williams, Cam Gill. I think we can do better than that. I think you bring them back for camp bodies in the offseason and in OTAs and all that stuff. But as far as making the roster, I'm looking to improve there. Let's talk about Shaq Thompson. We talked about Shaq. Talked a little bit about Mike Jackson. Dave, you want to jump in there on anything?
No. We can keep Mike, man. He was playing off the wall this year. You can keep Mike. You can keep Mike.
I see what you did there.
I know you did. Just like I didn't give credit to call that other man Tito. All right, who's next?
Shout out to Mike. Caleb Farley. Dave, what's think about Caleb? Yay, nay?
Oh God, man. Vet minimum. That's the best I'm gonna give him. I don't think. Otherwise, I'm leaning towards he got to go. But
bro, Caleb is so intriguing. So it's almost like, man,
that's why it's tough.
Want to give him a shot? Like you want to see if that potential will eventually come out, but it's
tough, bro. Because the thing is, I understand the potential, but at what cost, right? When we know we can do better, and I expect that position is something we're definitely going to draft. So it's got to be cheap.
They frying up Caleb in the chat, bro. Come on, man.
It got to be cheap. Got to be cheap if we bring him back. It can't be that big of a risk if we bring him back. That's where I'm at. They want him gone, man. They're like, no.
Yeah, I mean, y'all are right. I mean, I can't argue with y'all points in the chat. He says a 4-year pro at this point. He kind of is who he is. I can't disagree with that.
Yeah,
you're right.
Good point, Marcus.
You're right. And Mike Evans did take his lunch. So I cannot disagree. I mean, you guys are right. Xavier Woods, Jordan. Let's talk about all these safeties. Xavier Woods, Jordan Fuller, Nick Scott, Sam Franklin, Lonnie Johnson, Dave.
I'll keep Sam Franklin. That's probably about it.
Is that it? That's all. I kind of agree with that. If you can keep Woods for like because Woods was not terrible.
No, he wasn't bad. Like I'm cool with Woods, but I'm assessing this based on the fact that we only gonna have $10 million to spend, and we still got to sign guys. On top of like trying to get your free agents back, you also got to sign guys, right? So for me, I'm thinking to myself, do I feel like we can do better than what we currently have? And I think so far, there's a lot of times it's absolutely we can. So I will keep Sam Franklin. Everybody else probably can go. You keep Xavier Woods at a cheap rate. I'm cool, but that's it for me, man.
Yeah, Fuller didn't quite work out.
No.
Sam Franklin, we know who he is. You know what I mean? A very good special teamer, and can actually play. He needs to get some time on the field as a safety, but that's neither here nor there. But Lonnie Johnson did get to see much. He got injured too late in the season, but Lonnie Johnson, solid. I would probably bring him back for depth, but I'm looking to get another starter. I need somebody opposite. If we keep Woods, I'm looking to get a guy opposite of Woods, or replace both of them. We need to do better in the safety room. And there's been too many miscommunications in that secondary, and we need to improve there. We got to get better talent. So I'm salute to Sam Franklin, salute to Xavier Woods, but after that, we got to get some more talent. All right, the special teamers, Dave, Johnny Hecker, Eddie Pinheiro, JJ Jansen.
Pinheiro's the only one I want gone. I want Pinheiro gone, yo. I want a new kicker.
Pinheiro's up out of here. I can't.
Hecker can go too. Y'all convinced me about Hecker, but Pinheiro got to go. I don't think I'm not arguing against that. You gotta go. It's gotta go. Got to go. Gotta go.
Yeah, we need to get a new. I think we need to get all new special teamers except for JJ Jansen. Obviously, the legend will never die, bro. The JJ Jansen has to stay around forever. So JJ stays, and then everybody else to me can go. Dave, you want to talk about the restricted and exclusive rights free agents are gonna be back. Exclusive rights means we have the first right of refusal. Essentially, we can match any deal that they get offered. So those guys are able to go out there and negotiate elsewhere. But we will have the rights, and we are locked in on these guys. So I'm not really concerned about losing any. I think K. Mays needs to be a priority because K. Mays played well, and I think he could actually slide into that starting center position. So salute to K. Mays, and I try to keep him at all costs. Everybody else, Tompkins is intriguing, but he found himself inactive at the end of the season, so not sure what happened there. Blackshear, very good returner, so I wouldn't mind, and running back depth, so I need to figure out something with him. Velus Jones Jr. didn't see much of him, and Chesney, I don't know how you say it. Didn't see much of him either. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Mango Coast, shout out to Preston, says whatever happened to Yash Nijman, I can't remember him playing much. Was he injured the whole year? No, Yash played a little bit. So when Moton went down, Yash was in there. Yash was in there. Yash played some games. Not the best situation in the world, but he definitely played. Excuse me. Let me see what his contract is, because I think he got a 3-year deal, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're right.
Yeah, so I think he is basically your Moton. It's a 2-year deal. My apologies, a 2-year deal. So he got a 2-year deal with the Panthers, getting paid $4 million per year. So I think he's basically Taylor Moton insurance, and that's exactly what he was this year. He played when Taylor Moton was not available. So no, he's not a free agent. He's under contract, 2-year deal. Two-year deal. All right. So with that, I think that's all I have for this. Do I have anything else? Yep, that was it for that. All right, Dave. Anything else you want to add to this?
Yeah, we probably should try to have a debate about. We ain't gonna do this week. We got time. Like it's called stretching the content. Maybe next week we'll have a discussion about potential free agents that we can bring through the gate.
Yeah, that's next week. Next week. 1 week at a time. We can't cram everything into one show.
Nah,
it's just a whole off season.
Yeah, I know. They'll let us. We'll do it if they let us. But I think the bottom line is there's a lot of guys we don't really need to keep. Like, I think that's the ultimate perspective that I have. There's a lot of talent here that we don't need to keep. We have 9 picks in the draft, if I remember correctly.
Yep. As of right now, yep. That could change. Obviously, more or less.
Yep. And if I had to guess, it would probably be more, right? So I think when we talk about building through the draft, this is where we're at, particularly with our cap situation. It's probably the route to go. I wouldn't be shocked if we get ourselves into a state of we don't really sign many free agents this go around either because of the cap situation. So it'll be fascinating to watch. And somebody's requesting the divisional round predictions too. So
I was gonna say, Dave, real quick. I wouldn't get caught up in what we have in cap space right now. Obviously, that can change drastically. We can add a ton of cap space to that, and I wouldn't get caught up too much in the current draft picks. Right? We can shift. We always trade up, trade down. So I wouldn't get caught up in where we stand right at this moment. There's a lot of movement that can be made, and I'll probably make a whole video of me simulating these things, right, and kind of giving you a better picture, because right now I kind of went through the scenarios. Next show or the show after that, I'll actually simulate what these things look like. What does a Jaycee Horn extension do to the cap? What does a Taylor Moton extension do? Like, and show it visually in a video. So I'll get to that point. Again, it's very early. We have a whole off season. I'm not trying to cram everything into one show. We got to stretch this out all off season. So we got a long way to go. I'm probably gonna do a mock draft Friday because my week has been busy. I've been getting a lot of work. So my real job is clocking in. I got a lot of work to do. So I can't really. I can
relate, bro.
I ain't had time to really.
I can relate. I'm still doing 2 jobs right now, so I can absolutely relate.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I can relate. Let's do these divisional round predictions real fast.
Let's do it.
All right, first game up. Texans go to Kansas City to play the Chiefs.
I'm going Chiefs.
Yeah, easy money, man. Chiefs for me as well. Hail to the Commanders at Detroit.
Hey, it was a nice little story that y'all did. I mean, shout out to the Commanders. I mean, Jaden, y'all did a nice little thing, but it's over.
It's Dan
over.
Campbell. It's Dan Campbell season, bro. Shout out to Brad Holmes, Aggie Pride. I got the Lions as well.
Hey, shout out to the Lions, man. If the Panthers didn't turn around, bro, my process blues about to change to another color, and I was about to cheer for a different cat. Shout out to the Lions, bro. They cooking, bro. But I'm loyal. I never do that.
It's kind of wild because they've had you want to talk about a team that had a lot of injuries. Now they've had a lot of injuries. So it's kind of amazing that they've been keeping it going the way they have. All right, next game up. Those were the Saturday games. These are the Sunday games. We have the Rams going to Philadelphia. This is going to be an interesting one.
Rams, Philly. I'm going with it's in Philly, right?
It's in Philly. I'm picking Philly. But I think this was going to be fascinating. I would not be stunned if the Rams do it. They look good last night, man. They looked really good last night. But I'm still picking Philadelphia.
Philly it is.
Yeah, I'm picking Philly. All right. And the final one on the docket. And this is the big one. You know they knew what they were doing. They did this. You got the Ravens heading out to Buffalo, which I'm trying to plan a trip to Buffalo right now, believe it or not, to play the Bills.
Yeah, this is fascinating, bro.
This was like the worst. Like we have the media has given Lamar Jackson the business for not getting this thing done, and they haven't been as critical when it comes to Josh Allen not getting it done. And the winner's going to pretty much face Patrick Mahomes because who I picked for the first game. So it's going to be fascinating to see. I think the Ravens are going to do this, man. I think their defense is picked up because that was my biggest concern. You remember when we were in Germany, we ran into the Ravens fans, and the first thing I said to them boys was, y'all ain't got no defense. But that defense has been showing up over the past couple of weeks. So I think if that defense continues to show up, Derrick Henry does Derrick Henry things, I think the Ravens is going to pull it out. What you got?
Yeah, I got the Ravens, bro. I got the Ravens. I think they are getting over the hump this year. I got the Ravens.
It's at Buffalo, so I expect this to be a close competitive game. I think this game is going to be bananas. This is going to be insanity. So really good divisional slate, man. Like the matchups. The only one I'm worried about being a blowout is probably the Chiefs-Texans one. But you never know, man. Stroud might surprise somebody. No, he won't. He might. I mean, Nico Collins is pretty good. He might. We'll see. But,
Yeah.
I have Lions Chiefs right now, so.
What's for this
Super Bowl?
For Super Bowl?
Yeah.
No, I got Lions. I'm going Ravens all the way, bro. Not all to the Super Bowl, not all the way. I think they get over the hump.
You think Ravens Lions? Lions?
Ravens Lions. My apologies. Ravens Lions. Yes. That's gonna be a great. Now
that'll be bananas, man.
It'll be great. I'm pulling for if I had to cheer for any one team, it's gonna be the Lions. From them to go, bro. I witnessed the 0-16, yo. I seen that with my own two. I seen it that day.
I seen a lot of things. I seen Barry Sanders retire because he was tired of losing.
Yo, Lions. That's crazy. That's gonna be a crazy. That city's gonna go stupid. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I never in my life have I seen so much Lions gear, even in Charlotte, bro. I see it's so many Lions fans, and I know someone probably bandwagon, but some of them probably really are like
and they've hid the sweatshirt for a long time,
right?
They had no choice but to,
bro. I feel you, so I know what it's like, man. Salute Aggie Pride for Brad Holmes, so that's got a lot to do with it. Also, if you didn't know, the GM for the Lions is an Aggie grad, so we're gonna rock with Brad Holmes. You see that A&T right there. You see that
in a lot.
Yeah, I mean, you know what time it is. It's always Aggie Pride. So we gonna rock with the Aggies.
I know I'm not that old. I'm not as old as you, Jay. Don't be out here saying to me because look, bro. Barry Sanders is the greatest running back I've ever seen in my life, bro.
Facts.
I ain't gonna hold you.
Him.
I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I seen that man do things I didn't think existed. Barry was different, bro. He tore defenders' ACLs. That's how good he was. Like tore ACLs. Your Marcus said the one black person in my office is a Lions fan.
That's funny. Damn, that's funny, but not funny.
Well, I work in the same place as him, so I get it. But nah, man, it'll be it'll be interesting to see who gets to the Super Bowl. But I'm hoping Detroit does it, man. I hope they pull it off.
Ohio State or Notre Dame? That's the other question.
Notre Dame.
I'm going Notre Dame. I'm pulling for Notre Dame, bro. It's gonna be tough. Ohio State not playing.
They're not playing, yeah, they're good, bro. I watched them.
They are not playing. Okay.
And I gave some grief about how the playoffs have been this college football playoffs have been blowouts. But I will say it kind of worked. I mean, you had 5, 6, 7, and 8 make it to the semis. So it kind of worked. So we can have a discussion about the buys and whether or not they're effective or not. But kind of worked. But I think Notre Dame's gonna pull it out, man. It'll be a close one.
I'm pulling for Notre Dame, but it's gonna be tough. Ohio State.
I just hope it's not like 63-3. Like I don't want one of them. But
Ohio State is not playing. They are not playing right now, bro. Defense is great. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a tough one, bro. But all right, you want me to talk about being a PSL? What do you want to know, bro? I've kind of done some videos about it, but what you want to know? I got literally a couple minutes. What do you want to know about being a PSL owner?
Yeah, I can't relate. I ain't a PSL owner, so I can't relate.
It's cool, man. It's some cool little perks. One of the big benefits this year was getting access to that VIP area for training camp. That was worth it. There's a lot of perks that you can get. You can get on field, exclusive stuff. You can do the welcome entrances, the flag, and it's pretty cool. PSL owner is a public seat license. That's how you get season tickets. That's what that is. But yeah, man, it's fun. It's fun. But all right, anything else that we want to discuss?
Nah, man, we good to go. Hopefully I'll go 4-0 this weekend. Hopefully my best ball lineup survive. That's the key now. It's about survival at this point. I got 19 lineups left. I need to perfect world. I'd like to have 19, but I know that's not gonna happen with the lineups on the players that are left. Because there's gonna be a lot of Lad McConkey lineups, and he ain't in the playoffs no more. Because he balled, bro. Justin Herbert was trash, but he balled.
Yeah.
But all
right. With that said, man, we out of here. Like, subscribe, notification bell, man. Let's lock in. We got Jalen Coker tomorrow. Salute to all of the Patreon members. You all will get it first. Obviously, Preston got to go to work on the media. Yo, it's gonna be so good, man. I get excited just thinking about Preston pause in his camera. Super pause on that. Major pause. But major pause. But man, the footage is so great.
yeah, he's
getting
different,
excited.
bro.
I'm just getting excited about it.
Preston's different, man.
Shout out to my guy Preston, man. And shout out to Queen City Podcast Network. Shout out to my guy Brian over there. Shout out to Smitty for the connect. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Jalen Coker. It's gonna be good times. Good times. I said pause. Everybody relax. I said pause. With that said, like, subscribe, notification bell. You see us tomorrow. It's gonna be a lot of content coming. We out of here. Peace.
Peace, guys.